Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 7 of KramQuestions, where you guys ask the questions and I answer it. White Gamer Inc. asks, if you were feeling depressed, how do you cope with it? And how would you advise others to cope with it? I should start by saying I am not authorized to give advice on depression. While I have depression, mine is different than what is usually relatable for a lot of people. I've been very fortunate throughout my life that mine has never developed in any suicidal tendencies. It's always been in a strangely more self-destructive internal depression that kind of just affects me, makes me very lethargic and morose and numbs feelings. It's never been anything particularly negative, so I've gotten very lucky there. But how I would recommend coping with it is there is no win. As far as I've ever been able to discover, there's nothing that someone can say or do to magically help you get over it. As I've gotten older, I found that there are specific things that help me calm down more. But even things that help me calm down more and not think about the shit that's going on in my life, that's not going to be a guarantee that the weight is going to be lifted off my shoulders. And it's one of those things that, as shitty as it is, feelings got to get felt. Separating yourself from things that can elicit or inflame those negative feelings can help. But there's always going to be something there, and there could be a chemical imbalance, and there could be so many factors that to someone's individual depression that there is no single answer. The best thing you can do is talk to loved ones, talk to medical professionals, and try to get some guidance and figure out what you can do to cope with it. And even with how I've come to cope with my own depression, I don't know if as I get older, if it's easier because I know how to cope with it, or if it's because I am getting older, if something chemically is being fixed, or as I get older, things just don't affect me the same as they used to. But like my way, I think, is isolation, which is very strange. I know a lot of people are the exact opposite. They want a lot going on. They want something to drown out the feelings. But for me, strangely enough, I just like to numb my senses, not through drugs or anything, but I always dream of just nothing. Being in a cabin by a lake for a week, not having to just interact or talk even, which is very strange. I'm a huge introvert, and everything I do is very confusing to who I am and like how I function. But I try. But it's that I just want quiet, a nice quiet place, a book or something, maybe some games, but things that are just relaxing. Some rest, take things slow. That's usually how I cope with it. I found as I've gotten older, I try really hard not to hold things in. Which is real problem on social media and trying to be in the public, because you're always interacting with people that you don't probably always like. And I try as I get older to be as honest as possible, but I have to fight so hard when I see a really, really fucking stupid tweet to not respond and call someone a hypocrite, or to just call someone out in general. Like, everything screams at me to do it, but I'm like, no. Even though I bet it would make me feel a lot better, to be honest, I gotta just repress that. I think that's where the isolating myself can help, because then I don't see the amount of stupid that's just around. So to summarize, seek out professional help through people who are actually authorized to advise on these issues. Know that what you are feeling is not your fault necessarily. You are going to feel what you are going to feel, and that there is no easy fix for it, and that's okay. It's okay. I know the words "things get better" are just words, but they're true. I could talk more in depth about that in another Kram questions if you want, but just find some sliver of something that doesn't necessarily bring you joy, but doesn't bring you down, because that can be a wonderful start. It can be tough to feel happy. It can be tough to feel positive, but sometimes you just need to not feel negative. And then for me, I cope with it by disappearing and being honest. Honesty thing can be stressful, but I'd rather that than anything else. All right, now a much more lighthearted one. Skylord Morgana asks, cardboard, paper or not paper? It's in the name. Well, see, this is tricky. I would consider it paper. I consider the standard for a board. I'm gonna make this quick. I'd consider the standard for a board to be a very sturdy material, maybe the processing, because I guess there's plastic boards, but something that's very sturdy. I consider the paper to be the construction of it. So I guess a tree that's been destroyed and mulched and water and I don't know, other things that you learned in elementary school. That was like 3 decades ago for me. And so I consider cardboard paper. In a way. I don't know. Yes. Thank you guys for watching. This is a slightly longer one with a much more heavy first question than I usually do, but I didn't want to just rush it, if that makes sense. But thank you guys for asking the questions. You can ask your own questions over at the Discord that I have. The Discord has a variety of things in it, but in there's blog questions. So if you're regular on the Discord, you can go in there and you can ask me a question. As long as, obviously there are common courtesy rules if you're new to the Discord, but I try to answer everything. So far I haven't skipped anything. So there's that. But until next time, everyone, don't stop believing, and as always, stay sexy. Toodles. Fucking immediately hit the mic. Cool. Way to start the fucking recording.